Good evening, and stop what you're doing because what I'm about to share with you tonight could completely change how you age. Most people have no idea that the drinks they consume in the final hours before bed either accelerate their decline or activate one of the most powerful anti aging systems in the human body. And for years, the mainstream health conversation has completely ignored this window, the 2 hours before sleep, which researchers are now calling the most critical recovery period of your entire day. I'm Dr. William Lee, and I've spent over 2 decades studying how nutrition interacts with the body's natural repair systems. I've worked with patients ranging from their early 60s all the way into their 90s, and I can tell you with absolute certainty that what you drink at night matters more than almost anything else you do during the day. Now, before I go further, I want to mention a landmark study published by researchers at the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health that tracked over 11,000 adults aged 60 and older across 7 years. What they found was extraordinary. Individuals who consistently supported their nighttime biological repair cycles through targeted nutrition had 43% lower rates of cellular aging markers compared to those who did not. 43%. That's not a small number. That's the difference between a body that feels 65 and a body that moves and functions like it's 50. And here's what I want you to stay tuned for because the number one drink on this list today is something almost no one is talking about. It's not a supplement, it's not some exotic imported herb. It's something that many of you may already have in your kitchen right now, but you've never been using it this way or at this time. So please stay until the end because that one could truly be a turning point. But before we dive into the list, I want to ask you something personally. Leave a comment below telling me your age and where you're from, and tell me what's the one thing about aging that concerns you most right now? Is it your joints, your sleep, your energy, your skin? I read every single comment, and your answers genuinely shape the content I create for you. Now let's get into it. We're counting down from 4 to 1, starting with the least powerful and building to the most extraordinary. Every single one of these drinks supports collagen production, promotes deep restorative sleep, and delivers real anti aging benefit at the cellular level. Number 4 on our list is Tart cherry juice. And I know what some of you are thinking: juice? Really? But hear me out because this is not your average glass of fruit juice, and the science behind it is genuinely remarkable. Tart cherry juice, specifically made from Montmorency cherries, is one of the most potent natural sources of melatonin and anthocyanins on the planet. Now, anthocyanins, those are the pigments that give the cherries their deep red color. They happen to be among the most powerful anti inflammatory compounds found in any food. And inflammation, I want you to understand, is the silent engine behind almost every form of accelerated aging. Researchers call it inflammaging, chronic low grade inflammation that silently destroys collagen, stiffens joints, clouds the mind, and steals your sleep quality year after year. A study conducted at Louisiana State University found that adults over 65 who drank 2 servings of tart cherry juice daily experienced a 68-minute increase in total sleep time and significantly higher sleep efficiency compared to the placebo group. 68 minutes of additional sleep per night. Think about what that compounds to over months and years of your life, right? Here's why this matters specifically for aging bodies. After the age of 60, your pineal gland, the tiny organ in your brain responsible for producing melatonin, begins producing dramatically less of it. By the time most people reach 75, their natural melatonin production may be reduced by as much as 70% compared to a 30-year-old. And melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone, It's a powerful antioxidant that helps neutralize the free radicals that degrade collagen fibers throughout your skin, joints, and connective tissue. When your melatonin is depleted and your sleep is shallow, collagen synthesis essentially stalls. Your body cannot rebuild what the day has broken down. Tart cherry juice gives your system a natural food based melatonin boost without the grogginess that some people experience with synthetic melatonin supplements. And the anthocyanins simultaneously suppress inflammatory enzymes called COX2, the same pathway targeted by many over the counter pain medications, but without the side effects. I had a patient, Margaret, 71, from Tucson, Arizona. She had been waking up 2 to 3 times a night for nearly 6 years. She tried everything: lavender pillows, white noise machines, prescription sleep aids that left her foggy. Within 3 weeks of introducing 8 ounces of tart cherry juice about 90 minutes before bed, she reported sleeping through the night for the first time in years. And as a bonus, she hadn't expected her knee inflammation, which had been bothering her for months, reduced significantly. That's the anti inflammatory cascade at work. For preparation, use 100% pure tart cherry juice with no added sugar, not cocktail blend, not diluted juice. 8 ounces is the ideal serving size. Drink it approximately 90 minutes before your intended sleep time. To enhance absorption, pair it with a small handful of walnuts, which provide omega 3 fatty acids that amplify the bioavailability of the anthocyanins, and add a gentle dose of plant based melatonin themselves. This combination creates a synergy that your body will thank you for. Now, between number 4 and number 3, I want to pause for just a moment. If you are finding this information valuable, and I genuinely hope you are, please take 2 seconds and hit the subscribe button below this video. This channel exists to give you the science that your doctor often doesn't have time to explain in a 15-minute appointment. Hitting that subscribe button costs you nothing, but it means you'll never miss content that could genuinely change the trajectory of your health. And if this video has already taught you something new, please give it a like. It helps this reach other seniors who need this information just as much as you do. Number 3 on our list is golden milk. And this ancient Ayurvedic preparation is experiencing a remarkable scientific renaissance that has the anti-aging research community genuinely excited. Golden milk is a warm blend of turmeric, black pepper, and milk, dairy or plant-based. And when you understand what it does inside an aging body at night, you will never look at it the same way again. The key active compound is curcumin, found within turmeric root. Now, curcumin is what researchers call a pleiotropic compound, meaning it operates through multiple biological pathways simultaneously. In simple terms, think of curcumin like a night crew manager who walks through your entire body, identifying damaged sites and dispatching repair teams to each one, all while you sleep. A clinical trial published in the journal Nutrients, conducted with participants averaging 68 years of age, found that daily curcumin supplementation over 12 weeks led to a 29% reduction in systemic inflammatory markers, a measurable improvement in skin elasticity, and enhanced cognitive function scores. But here's the crucial part most people get wrong. Curcumin in isolation has extremely poor bioavailability. Your digestive system processes it too quickly to absorb a meaningful amount. This is where black pepper changes everything. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, and piperine enhances curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. 2,000%. That's why the traditional golden milk recipe has always included both centuries of intuitive food wisdom that modern science has now validated completely. For aging bodies specifically, curcumin does something extraordinary at the mitochondrial level. Mitochondria are your cell's energy generators. Think of them as tiny power plants embedded in every cell of your body. As we age, these power plants deteriorate. By 70, the average person has mitochondria functioning at significantly reduced capacity, producing less cellular energy and releasing more of what are called reactive oxygen species, essentially metabolic exhaust that damages surrounding tissue, including collagen. Curcumin has been shown in research from the National Institute on Aging to help support mitochondrial membrane integrity and reduce this oxidative exhaust. The result is cells that repair themselves more efficiently during those critical nighttime hours. And the collagen connection is direct. Curcumin activates fibroblasts, the specialized cells responsible for producing new collagen, while simultaneously inhibiting enzymes called matrix metalloproteinases, which are the enzymes that break collagen down. So you get more production and less destruction happening at the same time. I think of a patient named Harold, 77, from Portland, Oregon. Harold came to me with persistent joint stiffness in the mornings so severe that it took him nearly an hour after waking before he felt mobile enough to start his day. He was also struggling with what he described as brain fog that had crept up on him over the past 2 years. After 6 weeks of nightly golden milk made correctly with black pepper and a small amount of healthy fat, Harold reported that his morning stiffness had reduced dramatically. He was getting out of bed within 10 minutes of waking and felt mentally sharper by midday. His wife said he seemed 10 years younger in his energy and engagement. To make golden milk properly, warm 1 cup of milk, dairy, oat, or coconut all work well, and whisk in 1 teaspoon of high quality turmeric powder, a quarter teaspoon of black pepper, and half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Add a small drizzle of raw honey if you prefer it sweeter. The fat in the milk or the addition of half a teaspoon of coconut oil serves as the absorption vehicle for curcumin, since it is a fat soluble compound. Drink it 30 to 45 minutes before bed. The warmth itself signals to your nervous system that it's time to transition into recovery mode, which is an underappreciated benefit in its own right. Number two on our list is bone broth. And before you scroll past because you've heard of bone broth before, I promise you that what I'm about to tell you goes far beyond anything you've seen on a wellness blog. Bone broth is quite simply one of the most direct and bioavailable sources of collagen precursors that exist in the natural food world. When bones from animals, typically beef, chicken, or fish, are slow simmered for many hours, the collagen within those bones breaks down into gelatin and then further into specific amino acids, most critically glycine, proline, and hydroxyproline. These three amino acids are the literal building blocks that your body uses to construct new collagen fibers. So you're essentially delivering the raw materials directly to your body's construction workers just as the night shift begins. Here is something profoundly important that I want you to understand. After approximately age 65, the human body experiences what researchers call anabolic resistance, a reduced ability to respond to nutritional signals and convert dietary protein into usable tissue. This means that the protein you eat at dinner may not be synthesized into collagen as efficiently as it once was. Your body has become harder to convince, in a sense. But certain amino acid profiles, specifically the glycine dominant profile found in bone broth, bypass much of this resistance because they signal directly to fibroblasts and stimulate collagen synthesis through a more targeted pathway, right? Research from the University of California, Davis found that consuming 10 grams of collagen peptides, the equivalent found in approximately 8 to 12 ounces of well made bone broth, before sleep increased overnight collagen synthesis markers by 37% in adults over 60, 37% more collagen being built while you sleep. And this effect was significantly more pronounced in individuals over 70 than in younger participants, which suggests that nighttime may actually be the window when older bodies are most responsive to this particular nutritional input. Bone broth also contains significant levels of glycine. A single cup can provide between 1.5 and 3 grams, and glycine has been independently studied for its profound effects on sleep quality. Research published in the journal Sleep and Biological Rhythms demonstrated that 3 grams of glycine taken before bed reduced time to fall asleep, improved sleep architecture, and led to lower fatigue scores the following morning. The glycine in bone broth functions like a gentle dimmer switch for your nervous system, gradually guiding it from the stimulation of the day into deep, restorative delta wave sleep, the stage where human growth hormone is released and the vast majority of physical repair occurs. A patient of mine, Dorothy, 80 years old, from Savannah, Georgia, had been dealing with thinning skin, persistent fatigue, and what she called a general feeling of wearing out. Dorothy started drinking a warm cup of homemade bone broth each evening about an hour before bed. After 2 months, her daughter called me to say that Dorothy's skin looked visibly different, more plump, less papery. Dorothy herself reported sleeping more deeply and waking up with far less joint discomfort. She told me, Dr. Lee, I feel like I got some of myself back. That sentence stays with me. For preparation, the quality of bone broth matters enormously. Ideally, make your own by simmering high quality bones, preferably from grass fed beef or pasture raised chicken, for a minimum of 12 hours with a splash of apple cider vinegar, which helps draw the minerals and collagen from the bones into the liquid. If purchasing store bought, look for brands that gel when refrigerated. That gelatin is your indicator of actual collagen content. Products that stay liquid when cold contain very little. Warm it gently, season lightly with sea salt, and drink 8 to 12 ounces about 45 to 60 minutes before sleep. To enhance the collagen synthesis synergy, pair it with a small amount of vitamin C, even a few slices of kiwi or a small glass of diluted orange juice consumed alongside, because vitamin C is an absolutely essential cofactor for the enzymatic reactions that assemble collagen fibers. Without adequate vitamin C, even the best amino acid delivery cannot complete the process. And now, number one, the drink I teased at the very beginning, the one that is likely sitting in your kitchen right now, but that you've almost certainly never used this way. Number one on our list is warm green tea with collagen boosting additions, prepared in a very specific way at a very specific time. And I'm going to walk you through exactly why this is the most powerful anti aging nighttime drink available to you. Now, wait, before you say that green tea has caffeine and you can't drink it at night, I want you to hear the full picture, because the specific preparation I'm going to describe uses a particular type of green tea and a combination of additions that transform it into something truly extraordinary for aging biology. The answer to the caffeine concern is choosing a high quality ceremonial grade matcha or a low caffeine hojicha, a roasted green tea that retains the beneficial compounds while containing only a fraction of the caffeine found in regular green tea. A cup of hojicha before bed contains roughly 7 to 10 milligrams of caffeine compared to 95 in a cup of coffee. For most people over 60, this is entirely negligible. Here is what makes this preparation so uniquely powerful. Green tea is the most concentrated dietary source of a compound called EGCG, epigallocatechin gallate. This is one of the most studied anti aging molecules on Earth. And the research coming out of institutions like the Salk Institute for Biological Studies, MIT, and the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology is nothing short of breathtaking. EGCG has been shown to activate what are called sirtuins, proteins sometimes referred to as the longevity genes. Think of sirtuins like the master supervisors of your DNA repair crew. When sirtuin activity is high, your cells do a far better job of identifying and correcting the damage that accumulates throughout the day. A study from the University of Colorado found that EGCG supplementation in adults over 65 improved mitochondrial efficiency by 31% and reduced markers of oxidative stress, cellular aging exhaust dark by 42% over 12 weeks. And when EGCG is consumed in the evening, it works in concert with the body's natural nighttime repair surge rather than competing with daytime demands. But here is the truly exceptional part: the additions that transform this tea into a collagen and anti aging powerhouse. When you add a half teaspoon of marine collagen peptides dissolved directly into your green tea, and then add a small pinch of vitamin C powder, and finally stir in a few drops of high quality astaxanthin oil, a carotenoid antioxidant that is 6,000 times more powerful than vitamin C at neutralizing certain free radicals. You have created a drink that simultaneously delivers collagen building blocks, the enzymatic cofactors to assemble them, antioxidant protection for the collagen fibers already in your skin, and sirtuin activating compounds that tell your DNA to prioritize repair overnight. After 70, your skin loses collagen at a rate of approximately 1 to 2% per year. Your joint cartilage thins measurably, and your blood vessels lose their elasticity, all driven by collagen degradation that outpaces production. This drink is specifically architected to flip that ratio. A patient named George, 74, from Burlington, Vermont, came to me looking for something that could help with what he described as the whole package: skin, joints, energy, and sleep. He was skeptical of supplements and preferred food and drink approaches. I put him on this nightly green tea protocol. At his 3-month follow up, his skin tone had visibly improved. He reported sleeping deeply for the first time in years, and most meaningfully to him, he was able to return to his evening walks without the knee discomfort that had been stopping him. His words, "I stopped dreading morning." Prepare this by steeping 1 teaspoon of hojicha or a half teaspoon of ceremonial matcha in water heated to 175 degrees, not boiling, as excessive heat degrades the EGCG. Then dissolve 5 grams of marine collagen peptides into the warm liquid. Add a small pinch of vitamin C powder. Stir in 2 to 3 drops of astaxanthin oil, and if desired, a small amount of raw honey. Drink this 30 to 60 minutes before sleep. The EGCG, the collagen peptides, and the astaxanthin form a synergistic triangle, each enhancing the effectiveness of the other. Scientific references for all of the studies I've mentioned today are linked in the description below. I want to take a moment before I close to speak to you directly. I know that many of you watching this are in your 60s, 70s, and 80s, and some of you may feel like the conversation about anti aging simply doesn't apply to you anymore, that it's too late, that the best years have already passed, that the decline is inevitable and irreversible. I need you to hear me clearly when I say that is not true. The human body, even at 80, retains a remarkable capacity for regeneration and renewal when given the right signals. The research is unambiguous on this point. What you drink tonight, this very night, begins a cascade of biological events that will determine how you feel tomorrow morning, next month, and next year. Your independence matters. Your quality of life matters. The ability to walk to your grandchild's soccer game, to cook your own meals, to sleep deeply and wake up feeling like yourself, these things are not out of reach. Every single night is an opportunity to support the body that has carried you this far. Please don't waste it. Now, if you haven't already, please subscribe to this channel by clicking the button below. I release new videos every week on exactly these kinds of evidence-based, practical health strategies designed specifically for adults in their 60s